The restaurant industry is typically pretty rough and mentally exhausting for everybody, from the kitchen to the front of the house to management.
The hospitality scene, really anywhere, not just Nashville, has in a sense become toxic, might be a good word to use.
So our industry, as amazing as it is a tough industry. We are in the business of taking care of people. That is our bread and butter, but we haven't taken care of ourselves. I've been in the business for 20 years. I've seen people overdose. I've seen sexual misconduct. I've seen people taking their own lives. The dream behind Noko and Kase had nothing to do with being a restaurant. Literally, it was to affect change in an industry that desperately needs it. In the restaurant business, hospitality, but speaking restaurant specific, we've done a poor job as an industry of taking care of our people. We use small margins as a scapegoat for not providing things that people need to have a fulfilling life. Simple as health insurance, paid time off, just average benefits that an average person deserves. For some reason, and I'm not 100% sure why, but the restaurant tends to attract people that are broken. And usually, at least in my experience, because I'm broken, people that are broken are beautiful people. And most people in our business don't see that as the case. And that's our goal and our aim with Noko and with Kase, is to change hospitality internally forever, to love our people at a deeper level, to give our people things that they've never been given. And that's really my heart, is not about our guests, is not about our food, is not about our service, but my heart is to love our people.
We talk about it all the time. The food could be good, but if we don't feel good coming into a place, if we don't feel welcome or belong, or people want us to be there, we might not come back. We believe we have to start with our people. So our North Star is to change hospitality internally forever. It's a trickle-down kind of effect. When we treat our people right, then in turn, they will treat our guests the same way. A lot of people want to focus on, I guess, money making, which is important. We are too, but that shouldn't be the North Star, I think. The North Star is to retain people, to provide people with a place of work that they want to come to, and do this every single day, because it could be long hours, stressful. You spend a lot of time in a restaurant. So one, that takes time away from yourself, from family, from friends, from things outside of work. So it's quite taxing, so it could be hard on your mental and physical in that sense. A lot of people, because of that stress, they turn into alcohol or drugs, or they require some type of substance or something like that to continue.
Over the years, I've definitely seen a lot of alcohol and drug abuse within restaurants, like during work hours, after work hours, before work. Some people rely on that because of like the long hours and long nights that we have, that it just helps him get through the day.
I've heard other friends, I've heard other business partners and co-workers have had things happen to them. There's actually a line cook, short story, he got drunk off of work, stressed, turned to the bottle, went somewhere to the beach or something, did something, and found him dead the next morning. My business partners always said tomorrow's not promised. A lot of times it's more of what people are going through mentally, and that caused them to change their whole life. We create an environment where people feel safe, people feel positive coming to work, feel like they want to come to work and feel happy being at work, that changes things, whether you know it or not, right? And that also inspire other people around to be better, to do better, to help each other out. And I think we're creating that here. And we're not perfect. I don't think we'll ever be perfect, but we're gonna reach for it.
I think saying that our restaurant is different than other restaurants is a really narcissistic statement, or something that I feel very insecure about. For the simple fact of I'm human, we make mistakes, we are not perfect. I think the real crux of it is that you have to be honest with your people. When things are going well, you praise them. When things are not going well, you have conversations in private about how things need to be better. I think we're different than everybody. I feel like we're better, maybe not from a perception of the public of how amazing our food is or the designs of our restaurants, but I think we're better because we love our people. We care about them at a deeper level. I say this all the time. If I only was concerned about how well you do in our four walls, then I'm missing the whole point. Because typically when I'm not happy or things aren't great in my life, it has nothing to do with anything else other than me. We believe that if we love people and we care for people outside of the restaurant, that usually they're gonna be great inside of the restaurant. Building the foundation of what this company was gonna be, we said things have to be different if we're gonna be successful and if we're gonna be able to ride it out for the long haul. And one of our values is sustainability. A lot of restaurateurs talk about sustainability of the environment, composting, using all of the components of the animal, which we do and is extremely important. But what about the sustainability of our people? What about the sustainability of ourselves? Working 80, 90 hours a week for an extended period of time is not sustainable. So we said, okay, what are the things that in our experience from the past have not been that great? First, most people in the restaurant business don't get paid time off. So it's like, okay, let's do paid time off. Well, 1 week's not good enough. We need to have 2 weeks. So every 6 months, we allow our employees to take a week of vacation. We pay 100% of what it was. So in our business, tipped employees thrive off the tips. So let's say you make $1,500 a week on average in tips over those last 6 months. We pay you $1,500. Then 6 months later, we believe it's time to take another break. So if you average $2,000 a week in tips over those next 6 months, we pay you $2,000. Well, we didn't feel like that was enough. So we take 1% of our gross sales. Every single month, we transfer that money into a separate bank account. And at the end of every calendar year, fiscal year, we go, one of those vacations, you wanna go to Portugal, you wanna go to Spain, you wanna go to Japan, you wanna go wherever you wanna go, we're gonna pay for you to go there.
It's the first time I've heard of a travel stipend for like restaurant workers. That's something that I never thought I would get. One thing we do with the stipend is go to Japan. It's pretty much fully covered. My ticket is paid for and most of my hotels. Just gotta buy some food and whatever little gifts I want there. I'm going with my girlfriend and a couple other friends. But yeah, definitely gonna be looking at restaurants there, how they operate, what's different compared to here.
This past year, I was able to take my sister and I to Portugal and Spain, and it basically paid for everything for us while we were over there for 3 weeks, which was really special. It was a great memory. I know I can create that again because I'll get my travel stipend again next year, which is so cool, so I can plan another trip with her or my fiance. But it's really cool, everyone at Noko travels. People have been to the Philippines, they've gone to Thailand, Greece. So it's really cool to be inspired by everyone else's travels. Our bosses and owners are constantly traveling. Almost everyone on staff is trying to get to Japan because our food is so influenced by Japan, so that's really cool too.
In the office, we have a map, and it's just a world map, a little cork map, and we have red push pins, and everybody can take a push pin. This is where I've gone this year, or put it here, put it there. And by the end of the year, it fills up. And I remember right around New Year's, they were like, last chance to put your pins up to see where we've gone this year. And I went in the office and got to see like where everybody had gone. Someone like me, I have family in different countries, so the fact that we're able to show like, hey, this is where I've gone, I'm really, really proud of this. It's really, really cool.
When our people take advantage of our travel stipend and get to travel somewhere and actually feel it, I'm almost a happy dad, right? Like you get to see the people you work with and inspire to go travel, because they're gonna come back, they're gonna learn something about something. I don't know what it is, but they're gonna learn. A lot of people don't even leave their hometown. So it's a privilege to be traveling. So I'm proud of it. I want people to do more of it. And traveling makes you more grateful when you think about it.
I hate talking about this, to be completely honest with you, because I feel like it's glorifying. Look at us, look how great we are. I want us to love our people at a deeper level than most people do. A part of my story has been therapy. I would not be where I am today had it not been for therapy. Now, therapy's not for everybody, but the opportunity to have it cost-free, in my mind, is a beautiful thing. So every employee, not after 6 months, not after 60 days, the day you were hired, you have access to online therapy. You can see the same therapist over and over and over and over again. Cost-free to you, we cover 100% of that cost. Looking back, going, man, I haven't had a birthday off in God knows how long. Well, let's give them their birthday off, but let's also make sure that while they take their birthday off, that they don't lose out financially because of taking their birthday off. So we pay for people to have their birthday off. Gym memberships, health is a very important thing. We provide access to a gym membership, cost-free to the employee, so that they can be healthy and they can be active. We do yoga twice a month as a team. We pay 100% of that cost. There's a laundry list of things that we want to continue to do that as we continue to have more success and as we continue to get our footing and go, okay, we can financially afford this, we'll give it back to them. I read a book called The Happiness Advantage. It's a Harvard professor who has scientifically studied happiness. And one of the things that stuck out of that entire thing to me was gratitude. Gratitude is one of our values. And so every single day, we have a pre-shift lineup. It's 30 minutes before we open the doors. And typically during these lineups, you talk about specials, things that we may be out of. Are there VIP guests coming in? Are there people coming in that are celebrating things? We still do that. But before we end that, we go around the table. We say, what's something you're grateful for? It could be as simple as I got 8 hours of sleep last night. It could be as simple as I'm getting back into the gym, I'm feeling healthy. It could be I had the day off yesterday and I spent it with my significant other. I believe that being grateful for what you have creates more to be grateful for. And honestly, if it wasn't for that book, we wouldn't do Grateful. But it has been insane to watch how people's lives, mine included, have changed for being grateful for the small things.
I'm grateful for our employees. I'm grateful for all the things that we're doing and receiving. At the beginning of our journey here at Noko and Kase, that conversation was a little, I guess, awkward because you're on a spotlight and you're asked to tell in front of everyone what you're grateful for. And at first it was, people have to think, right? So what am I really grateful for? And so 2 years after we started that, every single day, it feels different. It just feels easier. It feels like people are more grateful about the little things. It doesn't have to be big. It'd be like, oh, I woke up today. That's a big one. I woke up today. We provide family meals every day, right, to the staff. So I'm grateful for a family meal because a lot of people don't eat before work or they don't eat at all, right? Sometimes. I'm grateful for a busy restaurant. I'm grateful for happy people. I'm grateful for my business partners. I'm grateful for all the people, connections we made. And so it feels great, a full restaurant of just gratefulness. At Noko, we put our thoughts into the name, Noko. It sounds like other 2-syllable words. It's very catchy. We asked the question, what do you think of when you hear the word hospitality? What do you want to feel when you walk into this restaurant? Embers give you the feelings of warmth, welcoming, belonging. And so that's why we named the restaurant Noko. It's a Japanese wood-fired restaurant. So I'm Vietnamese, so there's a little bit of Vietnamese roots in there. I was born in Vietnam, in the coastal city of Nha Trang, so I talk a lot about seafood. I'm personally not ready to have a whole Vietnamese restaurant in Nashville, but we found that using the classics, right? Because classics are proven to kind of just work a lot of times and kind of give it a twist on the wood fire, on the Japanese, on the Vietnamese. So Noko is very high in energy because it's fire, right? It's high heat, high energy. Dealing with fire all the time could be fun, but eventually it'll take a toll on you. Same thing on this side, but it's a lot more calm in the sense of it's the opposite of hot food, it's cold food. So the opposite of fire, ice and fire in a sense. And so there's a balance in it. Kase is an omakase experience. A kind of simple, traditional Japanese omakase sushi experience with a little bit of a southern twist. That's just flavors that people are familiar with. Sushi has always been my thing. It's very calm, very peaceful, and I enjoy both of it equally. I talk about consistency all the time. I do, I really love that. But there's also another part of life where you need highs and lows. And the balance between the highs and the lows is literally the 2 restaurants that we have here. There's a sense of, in the morning you get in, you prep a little bit, so it's very zen. And then people will start trickling in, so it becomes a little more rowdy, there's a little more life to it, and slowly. But when service starts 5 o'clock, we have a rush of guests coming in, and tickets are just coming out. There's adrenaline in that. And then they'll slow down again, and they'll stop. And then the restaurant empties, and everyone goes home, and it's back to the zen. There's an up and down. It's climbing a mountain. You go all the way up, and then you come all the way back down every day. My mom passed away in 2004, and I have 2 older siblings. Moving here was pretty abrupt, so we didn't have any chance to prepare ourselves, nor do we have the opportunity or like the classes or resources to even learn the language, because technology back then wasn't as great, especially where I was living. The internet was becoming a thing, but acquiring technology to get to the internet was very difficult, and nothing was really available, right, except books. But so we didn't speak English at all to come here. I picked up the language by watching a lot of TV shows, but also just kind of forced myself just to listen and pay attention in school. My first job was actually serving at a hibachi steakhouse. Now, I did go back to culinary school to finish because I feel like a hibachi steakhouse is just a living job, right? Like a check-to-check kind of thing. I said, I want to do this professionally, so I went to culinary school. I graduated at Art Institute of Atlanta, and John hired me at that time. So as soon as I graduated, he gave me a promotion.
I think I saw a level of humility in Junior. I can't say that like the moment he came in for an interview, I was like blown away. But our interview process is, no one has ever been hired off one interview. I mean, there's employees that we've had 3 to 4 to 5 interviews. That first interview is technicalities. What do you show up on time? What are your knife skills? What's your wine knowledge? But the second interview is like, tell me about you. And I got this sense that Junior just had this like huge heart. And he does. In my mind, Junior is the definition of hospitality. When I hired him, I had no idea his story. I had no clue the hurdles he overcame. I had no idea that English was his second language. Still to this day, when he speaks, I'm like, you learned this 15 years ago? He seems like he was born in the States, but he wasn't. He moved here when he was like 9, 10 years old, something like that. Junior's just tough to describe, but you get this feeling. I'm a big believer that intuition is everything. And when I met Junior, my gut just said, this is a good kid. My girlfriend, she's almost a 40-year-old woman. She has a stuffed animal. And he found a miniature stuffed animal so that it can be in her car with her. He just does these little things that are so intentional and so thoughtful that you're just like, how did you even think of that?
Junior is a spectacular person. As far as just talking to him and all the things he knows in the kitchen or just cooking, fish, anything. I feel like I could come to him with anything and he would have the answer or point me in the right direction. Coming to America at 9, 10 years old from Vietnam after your mom just died, like that cannot be easy. And then having to learn to speak English on top of that. It's spectacular. That's the road I want to go down. I want to follow him and learn everything. I want to know everything that he knows.
Junior's really fun to learn from because he's pretty young for a chef, especially for opening 2 restaurants. And so I feel like I can connect with him a lot better. I've learned a lot from him since I've gotten here, only in like a year and a half. He's really good about like breaking things down and explaining the whole process to you. That's like the chef's dream, is to have their own spot, and to watch Junior be able to not only have that and then build this is his dream, what he really wanted to do. It's really cool to see. It's super inspiring, for sure.
Being a mentor to our people makes life easier on everyone. If they're doing their job and they're happy and they're learning and they're inspired and they're motivated, they're willing to come to a job and just be the best of themselves. Noko is the university of life, and I'm a forever student in it. As long as you have a mindset of being a student, you can learn anything from anybody and from any field.
The last company I was with him for almost 11 years. I started as a server, came all the way to the COO of the company. It's an amazing company. Still the founder of that company and myself, still one of my best friends, if not my best friend. But you get these feelings of like, man, there's another level, or there's something that I haven't tapped into that I need to. And to be honest with you, I was scared to death. I knew that I wanted to create. I knew that I wanted to bring something to life. I knew that I wanted to do it the way that I wanted to do it, without any restriction. And so if I could give anybody any advice on who's chasing something, whether it's the restaurant business, whatever it may be, you want to be a painter, you want to be an actor, you want to be a doctor, fear is fake. Fear is not real. Fear is self-made. You're gonna die one day. I'm gonna die one day. And why the hell would we do anything in life that's not worthwhile, that doesn't light a fire inside of us? There are days where I want to go home, I want to curl up in a ball, and I want it to all go away. Even in all the success that we've had in the short while that we've been together, there are days where it all feels like it's way too much. But you just can't quit, man. If you want to do it, you got to do it. And it may not happen today, it may not happen tomorrow, it may not happen 10 years from now. But if you want it that bad, 10 years from now, if you don't give up, I believe that the universe gives people what they put in.
We've received some accolades for Best Restaurant in the South, recently nominated for James Beard semifinalist, and a couple of other things. When we mention these things, it's never to brag about what we've gotten. It's something personal for me, like a proud moment, like a milestone. It's the milestone that we've reached as a team together. And it's pretty big for someone who came from another country, who didn't speak the language. I am proud of myself, but I do not want to hear these things and say that's enough, or I'm content, because I'm not. I want to do more impactful things, not personal achievements, but more impactful things for the community. Our goal this year is to raise $250,000 for the kids. Last year we reached about 110 after cost and everything, right? So this year I want to push for more, but I want to set a goal for something to look forward to, something to push myself and the team.
The thing that I'm most proud about has nothing to do with how successful the restaurant is. It's nothing to do that I'm sitting here talking to you all. It's nothing to do with an award, has nothing to do with money. It has everything to do to look at those people that are going, holy cow, I can work and there's a life outside of here. One of our employees said this job has changed her life. And for me, dude, I never in a million years would have thought that a restaurant could do that for somebody. What am I excited the most about moving forward is hopefully people in our industry go, what are they doing? They're successful. They've got awards, accolades, whatever it may be, but they're taking care of their people at a deeper level. Our industry is desperate for change. And I hope, not that we're the people that change it, but that maybe we start this like domino effect. People going, hey, those guys are doing it, we can do it. I mean, last year alone, and I hate saying this, but the average profitability of a restaurant in the United States, we gave more back to our people than the average restaurant was profitable. And so for me, it's not about money, but it's going, man, we're doing things for our people that other people aren't. And what I really, really hope is that other people go, holy shit, we need to change the way we do business as well.
If you're looking to pursue any job, any career, any dream of yours, you're gonna take a lot of punches, a lot of falls along the way. You're gonna scrape your knees. To be unbreakable, you need to believe. It starts with the mind, right? You have to believe that you can do this and you will do this. And if you don't believe, you're not gonna be unbreakable.
I think everybody's broken to an extent. I really do. I know I am. I think you can be broken and unbreakable at the same time. I don't think anybody in restaurants or outside of restaurants that is doing anything worthwhile or meaningful or intentional or impactful is doing it who hasn't been broken at some point. Broken doesn't mean it can't be fixed. Broken in my mind is unbreakable. You have to have an intensity, a focus, a desire to be better than you were the day before. And I think that's what Unbreakable really is just the willingness to never give up, no matter what.